Hey, gang. Bill Sheridan with the Maryland Association of CPAs here on the, I guess this is the first Monday of October. Can you believe it? It's October already. My time of year, definitely. I am not a summer person, definitely a fall and winter person. So October couldn't come soon enough. As far as I'm concerned. But anyway, happy Monday. Glad you're here. We are back with another great CPA story to share with you today. We've been interviewing members near and far in search of the purpose behind the profession, the why behind what CPAs do. And this week, my guest, you probably know her, or at least know of her, right? She is Kimberly Ellison-Taylor, former MA CPA chair, former AI CPA chair, now CEO of KET Solutions, which provides a broad range of consulting and business management solutions. She is one of the most influential people in our profession, bar none, period, hands down. And her story, her CPA story, goes all the way back to grade school. She knew early on that this was the life for her. And as she goes out and about and speaks to young folks, the next generation of CPAs, so to speak, she tells them, look, don't focus on the accounting part right now. Instead, focus on the things that you're passionate about, right? What do you love to do? And once we figure that out, well, then we can build a bridge between that passion and accounting really, really easily. It's just that simple. So really good stuff this week. I'm going to let Kimberly explain what she means by all of that. Here is Kimberly Ellison-Taylor with her CPA story.
It goes back to elementary school. And I think this is something we can replicate. Someone came to my school and they talked about all the usual suspects: be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an engineer, be an accountant. Accountants manage the money. And in particular, they actually said CPAs. And so I was hooked. I was in the third grade and hooked at the idea of being the boss and managing the money.
Oh, wow. So all the way back to third grade, you knew. That's
I knew.
that's pretty incredible. Well, how do you define the purpose or the why behind your work? I mean, what do you wear so many hats on a day-to-day basis, but I'm thinking, I guess, of your accounting and finance hat. What do you accomplish by doing what you do, Kimberly?
I think when I think about the work that I do as a volunteer leader, I'm paying it forward. Someone came to my elementary school to share about various careers. I think it's my privilege and obligation and responsibility to do the same. And so I am hoping, as it relates to accounting and being a CPA, that I can share all of the amazing trusted roles that CPAs and accountants serve, and in turn, generate more interest in an amazing profession that changes lives, that changes communities all across the world.
And that's something that every CPA can do and probably should do more of as well. I mean, would you agree with that?
To pay it forward and share what they do with others so that we can improve our brand and enhance our image. And I think convey our value proposition. I 1000% agree,
Yeah.
because I think it's an opportunity for us to talk about public accounting and business and industry, government, not for profit, consulting, and education. Guarantee that there are people who mostly think of CPAs as it relates to taxes. And I think to the extent that our tax practitioners are out there serving on the front line, helping us all, but there's so much more that we do. I think we all have a responsibility to tell our own story and to help shape our narrative in a more positive way.
That's a great point. But what's most gratifying about what you do, Kimberly? I mean, what inspires you, I guess, about the work you do?
I think it's because we change lives. For me, growing up in the inner city of Baltimore, becoming a CPA changed my life. And as a result, it changed my kids' lives. I think it's an opportunity to prosperity, entrepreneurship, and also serving in roles that helps people achieve their dreams and achieve more financial literacy and prosperity. So many different things that for me really, really matter. And helping people realize their dreams is ultimately what I think my purpose is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you were, so let's role play here. Pretend I'm a high school student or a college student, really struggling to figure out, what I want to do with my life, where I want to go, what I want to study. Um, what would you tell me about accounting?
Well, good point, but I don't start there. And I think for me in particular, I start with what is it that you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would understand your goals, your aspirations, what wakes you up every morning, what inspires you to be better tomorrow than you are today. And then as you share that story, I would connect the dots between that and accounting. And
Mm-hmm.
I would say baseline, take an accounting class. Because even if you told me I'm interested in engineering, I'm interested in law, I'm not thinking I've lost you. I'm thinking that it's just a matter of you not fully understanding all of your options potentially. And so I would say, well, as an engineer, here are some aspects of accounting that would benefit you, whether you're going to work for a firm or whether you're going to work in your own practice. Whether
Because
you were a lawyer, I would say the same. And so I would start connecting the dots to just baseline foundational financial acumen and why having that skill set would benefit you, no matter what you decide to do. And then from there, we would start connecting the dots to what your long term plans are. And then I would share that with a foundational understanding of accounting, you could do any of those things.
So I mean, it's really that simple that no matter what I am passionate about, no matter what I love to do or where I'm going, there's a connection between that and accounting. Is that what you're telling me?
I am saying I can bridge that gap, whether it's your own personal finances, whether it's you building wealth, whether it's you saving for your financial retirement plan, whether it's you having a family, whether it's you going to college. There is a tie back to accounting. If you went into an environment and you were in marketing and you said, well, Kimberly, I'm interested in marketing, then I would say, well, let's talk about go to market plans. Let's talk about business development. Let's talk about sales and growth. And let's tie that back to forecasting and planning inside organizations and how marketing ties ultimately to revenue generation. And so I could tie marketing back. So for anything that you would tell me that you want to do, I can build a connection and bridge back to why accounting is a foundational skill set to have.
Great stuff there from Kimberly Ellison-Taylor. So glad she could take time out of her busy schedule to be with us here today. We want to hear from you as well. So if you could take a few minutes, head on over to macpa.org/y and share your story with us as we try to offer a little bit of inspiration to the next generation of accounting and finance professionals. We want to hear what your CPA purpose is as well. And meanwhile, just thanks for being here and listening. We appreciate it. We'll be back again next week. More stories to share then. Until then, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.